The Blackhawks take on the Lightning, 6:45 Eastern puck drop on Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. Happy Thursday to you. Tampa Bay is the $3 favorite in this one, total 6 goals. Gold Club members cashed in on 4 games yesterday on my premium page. Looks like Andrei Vasilevsky in the net for the Lightning, Spencer Knight for Chicago. I'll tell you what, Knight's been excellent through a handful of starts. Has a goals against average of 196, save percentage of 937. As a team, the Blackhawks are currently in the top 10 in fewest goals allowed. And they're facing a struggling Tampa squad who's getting only 23 shots on goal a game. That is currently second lowest in the NHL. They're also averaging fewer third-period goals than any other roster besides one, having a tough time putting the puck in the net late. Tampa saw their last 3 straight stay under the total. 4 out of the Blackhawks' last 5 stayed under the line themselves. I like the Blackhawks plus 1.5, under 6. Ducks Bruins, 7 o'clock East. Boston's $1.15, total 6. Jeremy Swayman for the Bruins. Lucas Dostal for Anaheim. The Ducks got the W in 3 out of their last 5, getting a ton of pucks on net. They're averaging 33 shots on goal a game. That puts them in the top 3 in the league in that category. Leo Carlson leads the roster in points. Kreider and Gauthier with 8 goals between the both of them. They're taking on a struggling Boston club who lost their last 5 straight themselves. They allowed 21 total goals during that stretch. And as a team, the Bruins are definitely finding themselves in the penalty box just way too many times. They're in the bottom 5 in power play chances on defense. 3 out of Boston's last 4 in the Garden did get over the total. Ducks with overs in 3 out of their last 5. I like Anaheim minus 105, over 6. Red Wings Islanders, 7 o'clock East. New York's $1.35, totals 5.5. David Riddick for the Isles. Cam Talbot for Detroit. Talbot's 3-0 through a handful of starts. Goals against average of 173. And I'll tell you what, Cam's also been getting plenty of help from the defensive lines. They're actually allowing just 25 pucks on net a game. And they're facing an Isles team who's definitely had a tough time against Detroit in recent gatherings. New York's averaging under 2.6 goals a game in their last 10 meetings with the Red Wings. So if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. As far as this season's concerned, well, the Isles do tend to shut things down late. They're in the bottom 10 in third period scoring. Now, total-wise, oddly enough, the Islanders did see all of their contests this season get over the number except for one. 3-1 to the over in their last 4 on their home ice. Give me Detroit plus 120, over 5. I'm sorry, give me Detroit plus $1.15, over 5.5. Flyers, Senators, 7 o'clock East. Ottawa's $1.55, total 6. Linus Ullmark for Ottawa. Dan Vladar for Philadelphia. The Flyers with overs in 4 out of their last 5. Ottawa with overs in all of their contests except for 2. I like the over 6. Penguins, Panthers, 7 o'clock East. Florida's the $2 favorite, total 6. Sergei Bobrovsky for the Panthers. Tristan Jarry for Pittsburgh. Jarry's got a goals against average in the low 2s. Save percentage of 922. Of course, Pittsburgh got the W in their last 3 straight. And they allowed under 1.1 goals a game during that span. Because of that effort, Pittsburgh now finds themselves in the top 5 in fewest goals allowed per game. And they're facing a Florida squad who's had all kinds of problems getting the puck in the net. They're averaging just 2.3 goals a game. That puts them in the bottom 3 in that category. And when it comes to the number, well, the Panthers have failed to cover the puck line in every single one of their contests this season, except for 1. Florida games have gone 5-3 to the under through 8 contests. 3 out of Pittsburgh's last 4 on the road fell under the total themselves. I like Pittsburgh plus 1.5, under 6. Sharks, Rangers, 7 o'clock East. New York's minus 280, total 6. Igor Shesterkin for New York, Alex Nedeljkovic for San Jose. And even though there's not much I can say good about the Sharks, they are facing a Rangers squad who's been terrible at Madison Square Garden this year. They're actually 0-4 at MSG, and they scored just 1 goal this year in front of their home fans. Of course, these Ranger offensive lines have really put themselves in a hole early. They're in the bottom 3 in first period scoring, dead last in second period goals. Now, no real surprise here. All of the Rangers' home games fell under the total, 6-2 to the under at any location. Like San Jose, plus 1.5, under 6. Kraken Jets, 8 o'clock East. Winnipeg's minus 225, totals 5.5. Connor Hellebuck for the Jets, Joey Decord for Seattle. Decord comes into today's start with a goals against average in the 3s, save percentage of just .890. And as a team, the Kraken dropped 4 out of their last 5 contests. And they're facing a red-hot Winnipeg team who's gotten the W in all of their games this season except for 1, having little problems lighting up the lamp. The Jets are a top 5 goal-scoring team. Mark Scheifele with 7 goals on the year, double-digit points. And Kyle Connor's a +6, second on the roster in points. Jets with overs against Philadelphia, New York Islanders, and Dallas. Meanwhile, Seattle saw overs in 4 out of their last 5 on the road. I like the Jets minus 1.5, over 5.5 goals. Mammoth Blues, 8 o'clock East. St. Louis is $1.15, totals 5.5. Jordan Binnington for the Blues, Karel Vejmelka for Utah. Karel's 4-1 with a goals against average of .219. The Mammoth got the W in their last 4 straight. They've definitely been tough on the defensive end of the ice. They're allowing fewer shots on goal a game than any other roster besides 1. And because of that, they're giving up less than 2.3 goals a game. And they're facing a Blues team on the other side who really they don't get a ton of pucks on net themselves. Bottom 10 in shots on goal, averaging only 2.6 goals a game. Of course, Utah games went 5-2 to the under this year. Blues with unders in 3 out of their last 4 at Enterprise Center. I like Utah minus 105, under 5.5. Canucks Predators, 8 o'clock East. Nashville's $1.15, total 6. UC Saros for the Preds. Thatcher Demko for Vancouver. Demko's 3-1 through a handful of starts. Goals against average of .228. Save percentage of .922. And as a team, the Canucks got the W in 3 out of their last 4 contests. They actually allowed just 2.6 goals a game in those victories. And they're facing an ice-cold Nashville squad who lost their last 4 straight themselves. They've had a tough time on the offensive end of the ice. The Preds were held to under 2.3 goals a game during that span, and no real surprise, we are looking at a bottom 5 goal-scoring team. Now, Preds games went 5-2 to the under this year. Vancouver with unders in 3 out of their last 5 on the road. I like the Canucks minus 105, under 6. Hurricanes Avalanche, 9 o'clock East. Colorado's $1.30, total 6. Scott Wedgwood for the Avs. Fred Anderson for Carolina. Now, Freddie's 3-1 with a goals against average of .246. Wedgwood's currently 5-0 on the year with a save percentage of .927. And, goals probably going to come at a premium in this one. Colorado allows under 2.1 goals per contest. Carolina limiting opposing shooters to just 23 pucks on net a game. Now, the Canes saw unders in 3 out of their last 4 on the road. Colorado games went 5-2 to the under this year themselves. I like the under 6. Kings Stars, 9 o'clock East. Dallas is $1.55, total 6. Jake Ottinger for the Stars. Darcy Kemper for Los Angeles. Now, Kemper's just 1-2 with a save percentage of .883. And the Kings lost all of their contests this year except for 2. They're actually in the bottom 10 in goals allowed. And they're facing a Dallas squad on the other side who definitely likes to get on you early. The Stars are scoring more first-period goals than any other club except 1. Mikko Rantanen leads the roster in points. Johnston and Robertson with a handful of goals between the both of them. 2 out of Dallas's last 3 at home did get over the total. 4-2 to the over in all of their contests at either location. I like the Stars minus 155 over 6. Next and final breakdown, Canadiens Oilers 9 o'clock East. Edmonton's minus 230, total 6.5. Stu Skinner for the Oilers, Sam Montembeault for Montreal. Now, the Habs are 6-2 to start the year, doing a nice job on the defensive end of the ice. Montreal's allowing just 25 shots on goal a game. That puts them in the top 5 in that category. They're facing an Edmonton squad who's definitely having some problems on the offensive end of the ice. They're averaging under 2.6 goals a game. And as a team, the Oilers did take the loss in 3 out of their last 4 contests. Edmonton games are 5-2 to the under this year. Montreal with unders in 3 out of their last 4 on the road. I like the Canadiens plus 1.5, under 6.5 goals. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Give me the Blackhawks plus 1.5, under 6. Ducks minus 105, over 6. Red Wings plus $1.15, over 5.5. I like the over 6 in that Flyers-Senators matchup. Penguins plus 1.5, under 6. Sharks plus 1.5, under 6 goals. Jets minus 1.5, over 5.5 goals. Utah minus 105, under 5.5. Canucks minus 105, under 6. Give me the under 6. Hurricanes Avalanche. Stars minus 155, over 6 goals. And give me Montreal plus 1.5, under 6.5 goals. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. And if you do end up getting a membership here today on my premium site, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships during that time frame, absolutely free. Going to be included with your membership. That's why I always tell folks that Gold Club package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. But most importantly, folks, gotta thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium page.